let's be real about March Madness. So, how y'all brackets looking?
Mine's all right.
Yeah,
It's straight.
Yep. Trevor Hush.
I still got my top 4.
Trevor Hush. My record is it's doing okay. The Syracuse loss really hurt me. I thought Syracuse could have made a run, but the injury at the last second, which I didn't catch, caused me to lose a lot of points.
Dang, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Can we put Virginia out the next round? Because I feel like they're just gonna flop.
They just might. They play Oregon next.
They play Oregon next.
They finna
Oregon
shut
play
Oregon
defense
down.
like that?
Watch the. They finna shut Oregon down. Watch it. I just feel like it.
I got Tennessee beating them, so I kind of want Tennessee to go.
And y'all, they fishy too.
Man,
So what you talking
Way
about?
Tennessee looking, they made it look
What
like
you mean? I had to look on ESPN and it said they were down 25.
Let's go ahead.
Let's get
Start
to
it
it.
back here again. Remember, we are powered by the Binge Podcast Network. Shout out to iHeartMedia and 1019 Kiss FM. You can listen to us on any podcast platform. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at LBR Sports 901 and join the Facebook group at the Let's Be Real group. All right, and go through the rundown. Obviously, we're going to talk about March Madness in the tournament first.
So rude.
Mean cut off.
Go in order,
So
man.
since Sharky cut us off first, what's up with your UT Vols, man?
Yeah, Trevor is UT Vols too.
Yeah.
Once again, what's up with your UT Vols?
Hey, we still won.
What's up with your
Survive
UT
in advance.
Vols?
Survive in advance.
25 points. 25 points.
What's up with your Duke?
Hey, we live. Don't matter. We
Survive
still
in advance, right?
Hey, hold on.
25 points
I got
though.
a question.
Survive
25
I got a
points.
question.
Because he
and
got conservative.
Conservative.
Rick Barnes.
Conservative. This is March Madness. Y'all don't get conservative.
He got coach. I don't go conservative.
Kind of stuff is this?
Exactly.
What's your
Trevor said
question?
you got a question?
Oh, I was just saying, since we brought up UCF real quick, don't you think if by some chance if UCF would have beat Duke, wouldn't that have made Memphis like the unofficial national champions?
Woo, boy, just got cold in here when he said that. Cold in here when he said that.
Damn, is this trolling all already?
It's like, go on, roll through that. Go on,
yeah.
After we talk about March Madness, we go talk about the NBA. A couple things going on there. A couple NFL news that broke out this week. And we finish off with our famous troll and all. So first, back to what we just talked about, March Madness.
I was like, we ain't leaving that topic, bro.
I think for that to happen, UCF would have to won the championship for Memphis to be known as the unofficial national champions. You know what I'm saying? I think it's kind of on that.
Not really.
I mean, y'all brought.
I mean, what if UCF lose in the next round? Then it's kind of, or would have lost in the next round. You know.
I mean, I really don't care. Do we even see NIT on TV during this time? Who right now? Who is Memphis until next year?
Hey,
Don't
That's
care.
true. That's true.
Hey, take it easy on my Tigers,
I said
man.
until next year now.
Oh, but golly, you came
No.
in like a
Hey,
stepdaddy.
Penny said next season starts now. So hey,
Oh, yeah,
let's-
that's
He ain't got-
He better start recruiting
He
Mike
ain't
Miller
got no
first.
season left. Of course, next season starts
He
now.
better recruit Mike Miller first.
That is
because
true.
Mike Miller
Mike
is
Miller's mistake.
is
True
around.
things have
There's a
never been
name
said.
That
out
man
there.
said next season starting now because you ain't got no season, son.
But so, basically what we just talked about, what are your tournament surprises? Where has stuck out to you the most outside of Duke in this tournament so far?
The way Murray Slate got slapped.
Mhm.
Honestly, like of course,
Yeah,
I mean,
Florida
I didn't expect
It's
them to pull
Florida
it
State.
out, but to give you getting slapped 20
Like slapped
points
like
in the
that.
game,
It was coming.
Yeah,
like, it was the whole
I
game.
actually Florida State this
Yeah,
year.
that was coming.
Florida
No,
State
whoa.
Yeah.
If y'all go back to the last podcast, I told y'all Florida State is an underdog. I already
Yeah,
said
it
that.
is.
I
Yeah,
definitely said that.
Why is it surprising then?
Once again, I imagine that they would pull that out, but just not slapping them 20 points the whole game.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's my thing.
Gotcha.
Not if
All
you
right.
got Ja Morant, this.
And
crew.
who else?
And who else?
And crew.
Hey. One person can do it
John
all.
the crew.
Not
That was
against Florida State, apparently.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
he could do it against Marquette.
Yeah.
The thing for me that's kind of stood out is how North Carolina is still playing really, really well.
Yeah.
It's like nothing has stopped. Like the loss to Duke has phased them none whatsoever. Like their ability to still be able to score, their passing is really, really undefeated. Like how they can get like these outlet passes and things like that. Kobe White is still balling. Luke May is still balling. I feel like he's been in like 7-8 years.
Creative player.
Yeah, he feels like a creative player, but he's averaging like he's averaging like 10 and 10 his past like I think 10 games or something like that. So that's for me. That's what stood out. I kind of thought that they would maybe like have some small little hiccup after the Duke loss, but like I said, they didn't phase them at all.
Just that same aspect that you was talking about North Carolina, I'll take that and mention LSU. And
Good one.
Good one.
That was a good one.
because
Even though I picked it in my bracket. Sorry.
I didn't pick him either, but I think just with all that's come out with Coach Will Wade, the FBI investigation.
Y'all ain't had them beating Yale? Please tell me y'all had to beat Yale.
No.
Yeah, we did.
I had upset.
I
Wow.
upset.
Oh wow, y'all disrespectful.
Well, they barely beat Yale. So.
And exactly. So
I was beating them, so it
Yeah.
wasn't too far fetched.
I mean, it just goes to
Florida State merged, they far fetched.
yeah.
Bang, bang.
But yeah, it just goes to show their resiliency during that time, and so far it's just been impeccable. Of course, we all knew that they were a very talented team coming into this tournament, but just how whoever is coaching them now has been able to keep them afloat, keeping them together is been surprising to me.
Y'all know my theory. Jump shooting teams really don't win championships unless you're the Golden State Warriors. With that being said,
Where you going with?
Auburn. For them to only win about 1 point in the first round and then come out swinging against Kansas is kind of like either you hot it. If you not, you gonna get put out the round. And like in championship basketball, that kind of mentality ain't gonna win you that much. So that'll kind of be my surprise. I think they go against North Carolina.
They got North Carolina.
That's a wrap.
That's a game.
That's Carolina.
I'm going to anticipate at least a 15-point win by North Carolina.
Ooh, talking cash money.
I don't know, man. That's
cash.
That's a heat check game for them. That's a heat check game. Hey, I'm gonna let you know right now. The first 10 minutes, they stroking. It's over with.
It's a wrap.
It's over with.
They got to come out. They got to come out swinging
That's
for real.
going to be the highest scoring game.
Yeah,
All the tournament.
Oh boy, you literally
You
just
think
took
so?
the words out of my mouth.
Yes.
If Auburn hitting,
Yeah, because you got to think about how fast paced both teams are.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
They
Auburn's
gonna-
game.
That junk could
Exactly.
it can almost be in the 90s.
it's going to be like that. Back in the day, Loyola Marymount and Arkansas, how they used to play. It's going to be like that.
yeah, because both teams, they can when they decide that they want to put up some buckets, they'll put up a good 80, 85 real quick. And then, like I said, you got two teams. You got another team that's playing just like you.
Yeah.
I
It's gonna be a
agree with what they
fast
said.
paced
Yeah, it's going to be a
game.
fast. First team to 85 is going to win. And 85 is a lot.
Yeah.
So that's my spin. Ash.
My biggest thing is basically all the top seeds are in the Sweet 16.
Ooh.
Just like the first time in
Yeah.
like 12
Just read
years.
my mind
that
today. I was
the-
looking for next day.
all 1 seeds, all 2 seeds, all 3 seeds are in the Sweet 16. And the only lower seeds, Auburn is a 5, and they were favorite over Kansas to win that game.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Oregon is 12.
Because DJ Lawson can't do it all by himself.
That's true.
So do y'all enjoy? What am I trying to say? Do y'all enjoy like this tournament being a talk like this, or do y'all prefer like Cinderella teams coming out of nowhere?
I mean, either or. I like just turning. I like good games.
It's-
I think
yeah.
this year's been a lot of blowouts, but I
Yeah.
do like the best teams. You're going to legitimately see the best teams play each other. All the top teams from this year are going against each other at this point. Also, shocking. I expected Villanova to lose, but I didn't expect them to like lose. Like they lost to Purdue.
Yeah, they got.
Defending
Smack.
champs, correct?
Yeah. They weren't the same team.
They
Yeah,
weren't-
I know that.
It's
I
still
know
like the
that.
way. So how you say how Murray State lost to Florida State, like that's how Villanova lost to Purdue.
Yeah, I watched it.
I was like,
Y'all
I
think
just-
Oregon can really upset Virginia? Because I think so. I think
Yeah.
they could.
Yeah, they can.
I don't think they're gonna do it.
I don't think so. I think it all stops.
Put it this way, that's gonna be the lowest scoring game of the tournament. Cause both of them, I think Oregon. I heard they held 8 of their last 10 opponents like under 54
Under
points.
54 points, yeah.
And Virginia do the same thing, so it's gonna be
So
like
in other words, I ain't watching that game to the
Right.
second half.
Pretty much.
to the last 5 minutes. to be
First
exact.
to 60 wins.
First to 50 wins. Then
Might well be watching a high school game.
First to 50 wins. That's funny.
Yeah.
But we'll move on to before we move on, do y'all have any updated predictions for y'all Final Four, or y'all can keep it the same?
No, my four's still in.
Four's still
Duke,
in.
Mine is
Florida
too.
State, Tennessee, and
Well, compared
Carolina.
to think about how the teams been playing,
Yeah.
do you have any reserve on the way they've been playing, or
Nah.
This is the first time I got all 4 of my Final Four still.
Still in
Yeah,
it.
That's what I'm
still
saying.
in
It's a
it.
shock because you usually have the top teams,
Yeah.
and then like this one of the rare years is like that.
Yeah, for me, nothing for me really changes. I had Duke winning, but for some reason after that loss, nothing just really like, and it doesn't make me come off the bandwagon.
Because you go through close, you gonna have a close call. Period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that, but it's also just understanding how good Zion Williamson is. Like he can overcome like 7'6" Taco Fall. Like he can get blocked by him several times.
It's called a body.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, but he has the IQ to kind of understand where he needs to be, what he needs to do to put his team like in a winning situation. Like I said, I mean, they rimmed out twice, but still got them a win. So I think regardless of their ability to not shoot free throws and not hit 3-pointers, I think R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson, they'll find a way to win the championship, in my opinion.
I honestly think if he did hit that free throw, the game would have turned out completely different.
Yeah.
So I'm actually glad he didn't.
Yeah.
All right. So we move on to the NBA. Mr. James Harden had his second 60-point game this season after just going 57 the game before that.
Honestly, dude is on a heat check game every game.
Every game. Yeah.
Like, bro, just like, I'm going to see what I'm going to throw up tonight. Bro, pulling surpass the hash. Like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can hit it from the Raptor tonight. All right.
Yeah. For me, I like that he's proven me wrong. I've kind of been one of those people that I'm not a big fan of James Harden because he gets to the line 15, 20 times a game.
It's just annoying.
And it's annoying. But if you really think about it, like the stretch that he had when he was averaging 30 a night, and then like again this stretch here, he's not even like going to the foul line a lot, if any. He's literally shooting hands in his face. Like, I don't care who you are guarding me. Like, I'm going to trade this right here in your face.
Yep.
So for me, I think that's what I like. I like to see his scoring. I like to see how consistent he is with it. Like, he's also being efficient with it too. So it's just like, I think as much as I think our generation of people, like our generation of basketball players, we've been like, well, I ain't just really a fan of James Harden because he gets to the line a lot of times. But,
but Paul Pierce did too.
But then it'll be like that random like Facebook video, like 20 years later, you'd be like, dang, like we really didn't appreciate James Harden.
Yep.
So that's how I feel about it.
It's technicality. That's what everybody hate about it. I mean, like I said, we hated Paul Pierce in 07 for that.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's just, it's what's working for him. Honestly, I'm just waiting until playoff time.
Yeah,
that's truthfully all I'm waiting on.
Bingo.
Like, if he can continue to do this in playoffs, oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's been my thing too. Like, I understand that the Rockets are really, really good. That maybe they have a chance of beating the Warriors. I don't think so, but but I just think that like for him to do it, like he's gonna do this for 82 games, or he probably missed a couple of games, but 75 games at the most.
He always burns out.
Yeah, you at some point, like I don't think a person in this world, unless you like Will Chamberlain, can like go through an entire.
That was a whole different time. That was a whole different time.
Will was towering over everybody.
For him to go through like an entire full season and put up the amount of points and stuff like that he's doing, I don't think that's possible. I got to see it to believe it.
I do got to give credit to where credit's due. James Harden is having a really, really good season, but as Ashton just said, I just need to see it at the playoffs at this point. Like, I don't care how many MVPs you can win. If you're not doing it in the playoffs and put your team in a position to win when it matters most, you're just going to be a offensive juggernaut that you are.
Regular season player.
Matter of fact, what seed do the Rockets got right now?
They got number 3 right now.
They're 3 right now.
Wow.
They got
They're 3 right now.
So Golden State, who else?
Golden State Nuggets.
Well, to be real, like 3 through 8.
Yeah, they separate like 2 games.
It's like separated by 2 games.
We already knew the West is real competitive.
Yeah.
we said that.
It was a 3 seed about a month ago, and they won like a little 5-game losing streak, and I saw them at number 8 the other day. Trevor?
My Oklahoma. Oh. Well, easily.
Y'all always had these spurts. Y'all going like a little like 5-game losing streak, and then y'all go on a 7-game winning streak.
Before we move on, it's a 2-game. It's a good 2-game between the 4th and the 8th.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 4 between the.
Do they all have? They all should be close to like 50 wins, aren't they?
45, 44, 43, 43, 43.
Yes, there'll be a lot. Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
And I saw LaMarcus Aldridge put 48 on the Celtics the other night.
First of all,
bang.
First of all, who let LaMarcus Aldridge tear him up like that?
The Celtics?
Al Horford didn't play, so.
And we did, because
Mr. Fundamental.
We gave up 56 to him. So
we do got to give a shout out to
he dropped 56 on us. So
and LaMarcus Aldridge don't miss those mirrors.
Go on trade. I tell you what, go on trade him to the Chicago Bulls so he can join the 50-point squad with Otto Porter.
Come
ain't
on,
no way, bro.
This ain't trolling out.
This ain't no troll. This ain't no troll.
No, this was pre-planned. Like
you sat at home and thought of this.
He probably bring up. I'm gonna take this in the mirror. I'm gonna kill him with this one.
We could have been talking about Jesus. And you trade LaMarcus Aldridge to the Bulls with the. I'm like, what? Where did that come from?
If he does anything before the show, he has 2 things in his head written down. Number 1, John Wall. Number 2, Otto Porter.
I ain't never seen nothing like it before.
It's crazy.
Speaking of trolls, the Clippers are 1 game out of the 4th seed too. By the way, just wanted to throw that out there.
Bring it back up when they get the 4th seed.
I mean, it's cool.
At the end of the season.
That's cool. And I'll be right here. I'll be right here.
Honestly, this is scary for OKC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One game, y'all be playing Golden State in the first round.
It is what it is.
Hey, you ain't got nothing to say because one game y'all playing for the first round.
We'll get to.
Oh, 2.
Okay.
So how many games? How many games left?
So what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to. Well, honestly, with the Thunder and their struggles at the time is simply guys are not hitting shots.
Oh, okay.
Russ fighting with fans.
They won the game.
We actually won that game anyway. But guys are not hitting shots. The need of 3-point shooting, which I've been saying all season, is starting to show. We're a mess on offense. Russell Westbrook, as I said last podcast, he's good for one terrible shooting night a week.
Now it's like 3.
And now it's
about the whole season, really.
Yeah. Paul George has cooled off. Of course, I was on the MVP bandwagon for him.
How funny the world turns. Exactly what I was thinking.
The world turns.
Yeah. So I think right now is just the team just needs to get back to just the basics because the team is great defensively. They're at their best when they can turn defense into offense. But as far as shooting or creating something in the half court, not always.
The best shot choices.
Huh?
Not the best shot choices.
Not even the best shot choices. It's just you can pretty much say it. It's like we don't get the best shot available, basically.
Go
ahead.
One
last thing, the one thing that always bothers
somebody
OKC,
mute Skylar Mike. His boys ain't in playoff
one thing that bothers
right now.
OKC that has irked me for years. We'll have these empty possessions where we don't come up with nothing, and it ends up being a huge momentum swing. So we can be down 3 and Rush just comes down and jacks up a 3 with like 18 left on the shot clock.
Won't even hit rim either.
And probably won't even hit rim. And then the other team comes down, hits a 3. That's a 6-point swing right off the bat. And then before you know it, we're down 10 trying to fight back. So that's one thing that I know is going to hurt us going forward is at this point, and I hate to say this about Russ, but at 10 years in the league, at some point you gotta know when the certain shots is available and when it's not. So I still think we won't finish as a top 3 as I projected them, but 5 through 8 I can see, and I can still see us being dangerous in either one of those spots. So
you don't need to be number 7 or 8. Y'all can put in that first round. Maybe even swept. It's over.
That's the game on fire today.
I know.
Well, I mean, that's just facts, though. You either gonna run into James Harden or you gonna run into KD. Which one you want to run into? I ain't even counting still.
I want y'all to keep this 6 seed.
We getting 2 against Golden State. I can tell you right now.
I want to go against the Rockets. Put them out in the first round.
We'll beat them in the first round.
I'm definitely
I would like to see
I'm booking that.
I'm definitely going.
I'm booking that.
I'm with you, Trav.
I'm booking that. If we match up with the Rockets, we will beat them.
The playoff.
Yeah.
True.
All right.
Let's not speak. You know,
all right.
You gotta take it a day at a time.
So we're gonna move on to Lonzo Ball. Took, give us the floor on this Triple B beef.
Triple
B beef.
Bro, we saw somebody big bottle brand hoodie on with
Sneak Fest.
For real. He just had it on to troll, whatever. According to ESPN.com, Los Angeles Lakers guard Lonzo Ball has severed ties with co-founder of Big Baller Brand over concerns that the longtime family friend has a criminal past and also has not adequately accounted for the whereabouts of roughly $1.5 million from Ball's personal and business accounts. Ball told ESPN that he believes that Alan Foster, a friend of Lonzo's father for almost a decade, who owns 16% of Big Baller Brand, had used his access to my business and personal finances to enrich himself. As a result, I have decided to sever all ties with Alan effective immediately.
Ooh, finesse.
Your own people.
You be your own people, man.
When I saw that, I was like,
boy,
maybe your own people.
It should have been called Let's Be Real About Family, bro.
Whoa. Everybody in this room, family, then shaded them in whatever way.
No, for one,
there you go.
$5 million.
$1 million and a half.
First of all,
I ain't gonna let you be
Put some
around.
ketchup or something. Not for
Exactly.
$20.
Hey,
And I know I may not get back.
wait a
$1.5 million.
wait a
Come on,
minute.
bro.
What family member you getting jacked for ketchup
You
for you?
ever had to get ketchup and ain't brought it back?
You ain't never been no free.
Oh, what kind of family members y'all got in this joint?
There's family members that live right up the street
Your
from me.
family must got a lot of ketchup, my brother, because I done had some family members to take
Oh, what's up with condiments getting stolen? Y'all know something
family
else.
thing.
This is
You
beyond
ain't got
me.
none of that. Here's a perfect example for. I'm so sorry, off topic. You at a family function, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got some. You taking some fries back home. Wait.
Wait. Fries is horrible.
But no. Here's where I'm going with this. Here's where I'm going with this. You get the fries, but realize you don't have ketchup at home.
What you need ketchup for?
You take the ketchup from your cousin's house. You getting the fries from.
What you need ketchup for fries for?
Some people put ketchup. I put ketchup on my fries.
I don't put. I do
If it ain't Chick-fil-A, all y'all nasty.
What?
What?
Yep.
Well, the majority rules, so you don't want to ask.
Back to Lonzo Ball.
Right, so I forgot.
We the baddest sports podcast in the city.
I totally
That's
forgot
our
we was
title.
talking about that.
That's our title.
Man.
But no, I mean, we all kind of said it. I just hate that it's our own people. But I think with this story, it kind of leads into the more current story, which is now he's probably thinking about going over to Nike, which for me, I like and appreciate because it'll get him some better shoes. Because the shoes, I mean, I guess they were selling, but I just think that they weren't fit for a basketball player.
So good.
He's had ankle problems,
Yeah.
he's had foot problems and stuff like that. So I just kind of think that whole thing needs to be transitioned over to another company. So I think that allowed Lonzo to kind of clear his head a little bit, and then, like I said, hopefully he can stay healthy because I've always said this: when Lonzo Ball is healthy, he's a really good player.
Yeah, and then he'll be traded to the Pelicans. So
So I'm gonna say this,
what I'm hearing.
if you don't want money stole out your account, everybody all in your account, including your own family, come to Death Row. Come to Nike. Come to Nike, bro. Come straight to Death Row.
I no. I got a question on
That
this.
much is
So
Nike paying you.
Hey, man.
you just spent.
Hey man,
No, quick
we good?
question. Quick question. You just spent $500 on the Big Baller Brands O2s, and that was about 2 years ago.
Ooh.
And you've never received them shoes. How you feeling?
I mean, has Soulja Boy delivered his consoles yet? So, I mean, I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
What?
I mean, just be
That's
real. There's
true.
a lot of people that get shaded out. I mean,
I'm trying to find LeVar Ball. Where you at? Where you at, player?
On
I ain't
site.
heard from you in a while.
On site.
Why I ain't heard from him in a
I
while.
ain't that hurt. I thought
Where
they
your
got
uncle
the
at?
shoes by
What
now.
Nah,
uncle
ain't
at?
there's some folks that hadn't got their shoes.
What uncle at?
Yeah.
what you mean how?
This was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
What you mean,
somebody that's believing in a baller brand who refers to LeVar Ball as Uncle Ball, I gotta say that I'm disappointed, but I mean that's all man. Like Lonzo, they're my cousins, but I don't know, man. I feel like this hurts because I'm a huge fan of the Ball in the Family Facebook show. I actually watched that, and Alan did play a huge role in everything they're doing as far as like the business size. So it's to see that him stealing money from Lonzo, finessing
Ooh,
on the low,
finesse.
it hurts me. But I don't know, man. I feel like all good things come to end, but somebody's gonna come up and look at the Big Baller brand as a good opportunity and probably help reach that. But I don't know. Who knows?
I wonder if someone noticed
knows?
this too. In the post that Lonzo posted with him, getting ready to sign with Nike. Did y'all notice like deep in the Raptors they had his jersey like Photoshop in as far as it being retired?
Where?
Okay, so the picture of that Lonzo posted when he had like the Nike quote or whatever.
I need to.
So if you look in the background where they have the Raptors with all the retired jerseys, like at the very last one, you can definitely tell it's like Photoshop. It has his jersey.
I can see it.
I don't know why it's
I can
still at the Staples Center or nothing. I mean,
Has anybody
it
retired?
need to be down there in New Orleans.
Y'all know damn well the Lakers ain't trading Lonzo. I told y'all that'll be the biggest mistake they can make in a long time.
For the summer.
Really?
We'll save it for free agency, man.
Yeah.
For the summer.
Do not trade Lonzo
Man,
Ball.
finna get traded for JJ Barea and this junk. It's over with.
All right. And that's gonna be the biggest mistake the Lakers ever made.
Man, we ain't trolling out yet, man.
I know, right?
He's so disrespectful.
Let's go into this NFL news with Kap and Eric Reid and this settlement that we thought that was a settlement for about $90 million or something like that with the NFL. So it was less than $10 million apparently.
Wow. What a drop off.
All right, so according to the Fender Network, both players settled for less than $10 million, and there is no word on how the money was split or what they had to pay their attorneys. The settlement was looked at by many as a victory when it was reached, but the talk had diminished since the amount has been revealed. Pretty much this is going back to when Kaepernick filed his grievance back in 2017 with Eric Reid, and it was some emails that were supposed to get out, but the NFL played Kaepernick and Reid this $10 million for them not to carry on with the case. That's pretty much what this boils down to. I know you, Trevor, you said you had a theory about what's going on.
Yeah, I was just thinking that maybe with this settlement, I know. Well, Eric Reid, of course, is still under contract, but somewhere deep down, Colin still wants to play in the NFL.
He just wanted to end it.
Yeah, he just wanted to end it, and probably still wants to be on the NFL team. Because of course, when the settlement first came out, of course, it was rumored to 60 and 80 million, and it was like, oh, well, he shouldn't want to play football anymore. But now, since then, it's something's telling me that Colin just wants to get this over, and he really, really, really wants to be in the NFL again.
That's the only reason he would go and take the settlement for that, though.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he used to be.
Otherwise, if he would have took a big chunk and everything, they probably would have. I ain't gonna say barred him from it, but nobody would want to touch him because of what happened politically.
So this is his way of just pretty much, I guess, in a way, apologizing to the league in a way, but not apologize. Is such a strong. I want to say apologize. I guess like giving the league some kind of leeway as to saying, okay, I'm gonna give y'all another chance. Is that?
I ain't gonna say that. It's more so.
Because my thing is like they did all this for essentially $5 million a piece, lawyer fees maybe $4 million a piece. So it's like you want to play. So is this like you saying, you know what, league, I'm gonna mess with y'all in order for a chance for me to get back into the league?
I feel like he got his message across. It's been 2 years now.
I mean, the message overall was for us to help the black community, as far as like police relations. So what has the NFL done with those relations?
They ain't budging.
Yeah. That overall is why Kaepernick and Eric Reid was trying to make that stance. Stop killing us in the streets. What are y'all doing to help, with the killings of blacks by policemen? They haven't done anything yet, so it's still a case going, in my opinion.
What can they do?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
I mean, me personally, I think that they can be more involved. Just, I don't know. The NFL is such I hate to say a racist league, but that's what it is, a racist league. Yeah. So I'm not sure if they can do anything besides hire somebody that can be a representative within, like, a liaison between the NFL players and maybe cops or something like that. I don't know.
For me, when I first read the story, I originally thought back to what I said when we found out how much they originally settled for, which was nearly like $90 million.
Yeah.
And I remember the first thing that I thought of then was, well, the league Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reid must have had a lot of information that they could have put on the NFL to settle for that amount, and the NFL knew that. But then when I see how low this number is, which really $5 million, I mean, it's $10 million total, then you got to split it. You got to split that. Then you got to pay attorneys, legal fees, all that type of stuff. You ain't just really get that much. So then now it makes me just do a full 360 and now say, like, dang, they probably didn't have nearly as much information that they thought they had, to kind of blackball the NFL. It's a full 360. So now I'm just like, I don't think they have much information at all. So I think it's a mixture of that. He probably, like y'all said, he definitely just wanted to go ahead and, he wanted to go ahead and play. So that's just interesting.
Also, I think Eric Reid getting another opportunity in the NFL to get signed the extension. I'm not sure they may play the part in it. He may have talked Kaepernick into it, maybe somehow. Like, hey, I got the opportunity. You would get another shot.
I mean, Eric Reid got to stop getting tested for drugs first. He actually had his first test today, and he signed his contract probably. That was pretty early in the summer, but still, for you to have your first one already, it's like, come on, man. Like, I hope they didn't sell out for what would have been probably their salary for that year. Like, but that's pretty much everything that's going on in that.
So, move forward with that. Rob Gronkowski retired.
Finally.
That man's like 29 years old.
Chill.
Can he take Tom
He just
Brady
finna
with
hit 30.
He feel like he's been in the league.
Can he take Tom Brady with
I'm
him?
halfway with Tuk though.
He-
As a
it-
Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you like
It
finally.
feels like he's
finally.
been in the league forever. That's what I was
Okay, so how long Tom Brady been in? So I feel like
Forever.
forever.
Forever in the
Forever.
league.
All right.
You know, feel like Gronk went in and he only been in 9 years. That's about right.
Yeah.
You feel like Antonio Gates has been in forever.
No, it don't feel like he had.
He has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just, I guess another part of me is like you always injured.
I was just about to
Like,
say,
you
his
finally
injuries.
retired. Finally, like
he
you
was-
smart.
He was talking about last year, possibly. So
Yeah.
what I looked at it is, unlike somebody in Pittsburgh, quarterback name, whose name I ain't finna mention, who talks about retiring and doesn't retire, Gronkowski said, you know what?
Don't beat a man when he's down.
I'm
Sean.
gonna
Somebody
talk about
Big Ben.
retiring and I'm gonna retire.
Beat him
Somebody Big Ben.
senseless.
Yeah.
He needs to be beat. So, hey. it is
Stomp
what it
him.
is.
Death row stomp him.
Bro.
A-Town stump.
Just look. Go on, chalk that one.
Yeah.
For me, I actually agree with Tuk. Like it's for me, it's finally, and it's not the fact that he's been in the league so long, but it's the fact that he's been so good for so long.
Yes.
I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers saw him once or twice a year, and up until the last regular season game we had with him, like he torched us every single time. And so, I'm kind of happy he's retiring, but at the same time, I'm happy for him too, because not too many times football players get to retire like when they want to. So the fact that he's going out on top, I think it's good for him, but I don't think he's really retired.
Yeah, I was about to say, do y'all think he's
At
coming
the
in?
end of the day,
Like
I don't
basically
think he's really
Yeah.
retired.
No.
I believe him when he's not on the field for the
Yeah.
Patriots.
No, I think he's not playing this season, but after this season, I think he might take a year off
Mhm.
with all these injuries.
No, I'm
That's
pretty
true.
sure Marvel gonna offer him some kind of contract, and it's funny because I just seen Marvel come across my screen.
I think somebody need to pay him
gonna
max
be-
salary just so he can go back to
He
the
gonna, be a, he
basic.
gonna be a superhero. I'm telling y'all, he gonna be a superhero in some superhero movie. I'm telling y'all, Marvel gonna get him,
Mm-mm.
and then he gonna be living life.
These dreams, these visions that you be having. Wilder than Puffy and Big right now. Come on now.
Hey, you watching that documentary? I know it's on your mind, but still,
Man.
you just gotta speak your mind, man.
I feel
Speak
you.
your truth.
All right, it's time for Troll or Nah.
Yay!
Yay.
Did you just yay?
Yeah, I know. It's my favorite part.
Yo,
of the
yay. Proud family.
Good reference.
Nice.
But y'all are good
Nice.
with some references around here.
Yes.
show. 90s kids.
Yep.
Yep.
Speaking of
Bobby.
old school, though, how'd you like the concert yesterday?
It was good.
Yeah, you-
Not a big fan of B2K.
Okay.
I think the Yang Twins absolutely
He
turned out the
keep
face.
saying that, but I feel like he was in there bumping, bro.
At that point, I was just like, I'm ready to go to the house.
But those who know we're talking about the millennials who came to Memphis last
Yeah.
night.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to everybody wearing everybody jeans, boots with the furs down there.
Bro, I saw some
Throwbacks galore.
Bro, I seen jersey dresses,
Jersey
everything.
dresses.
You saw jersey dresses?
My best
Bruh.
Yeah, Millennium Tour definitely
I
brought
should
out some
have
hood people last night. I went past a gas station. It was 20 cars, but none of them was getting gas.
Sound like the video shoot for ATL in that joint.
All right, nobody getting gas around here. Everybody just standing around. Okay, cool.
Who signed this thing, y'all?
Guess I start first then.
Oh, hell. I already know I know his, and he finna start with the foolishness. So don't get this out
So
the
y'all
way.
remember y'all remember back in Cam Newton?
Stop. Just stop.
Y'all remember he was dabbing all the place when Migos came out? Look at the
Yeah,
dab.
okay. I'm
I know we were
excited
just
for this
talking about Colin Kaepernick, right?
one. Okay.
You remember Colin Kaepernick used to do something that we called Kaepernicking. It was the dab, basically. Colin Kaepernick started the dab. That's what's trolling out. Colin Kaepernick started. Not the Migos or Cam Newton. Colin Kaepernick
He
started the dab.
deserves a round of applause.
Yes.
That's one of the best
Good
clothing
one.
lines
Just
ever
call
done.
it Colin- you just call it
Hey,
Kaepernick.
that's top five with the number 2.
Oh, boy.
Y'all
That's top
indulging in
five.
this foolishness? Why? How? Where?
I
What?
think he
Cam.
presented it well. Like that.
Yeah.
He presented that makes valid arguments.
I'm thinking about it. and-
We call it Kaepernick. Literally.
so kissing your muscle is called dabbing.
Pretty much. Why not?
That's what it is.
I hate y'all.
Because you know it's right. So my answer shall be, that's not a troll, my brother.
No, it's
not a
at
troll.
all.
Who's next?
No. Did you answer? I thought he wasn't gonna answer.
He trying to skip himself.
You not finna skate past this one.
Just have to mosey on down past the question.
Y'all know damn well that's a troll. Come on, you was not finna take that from Atlanta. I refuse to allow that to happen. You're not finna take that from Cam Newton.
I'm telling you, man.
Hey,
How the
whoa.
captain started his kneeling.
No,
For the national anthem, he started the dab too. We didn't start giving him his credit, man.
No, Tim Tebow started the kneeling. We gonna give credit to where credit's due. See, what's happening is
What's
Kyrie
that?
Kaepernick
Bang,
is stealing
bang.
other people's style, you know,
What
of
you
doing
say?
things, huh?
What you say?
Tim Tebow started the kneel.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
He didn't do it on the national anthem though. The captain sat down at first. He decided to take the knee for respect for the military.
Yep.
And Cam Newton and Migo started the dab.
Nope.
Okay.
Kaepernick.
Well, you trolling on that. That's my
Oh
answer.
man, that's hilarious.
As you got to answer. You don't even care. You don't
honestly,
care about the
I
Migos.
I don't really care that much for it,
I feel it.
and I don't care for the dab for sure. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like,
my
it's
first
the,
game on the show. I don't like the dab either. I don't like somebody dead.
I thought
All
you
these
Cam
these
Newton, though.
young folks are
Cam
doing.
Newton's great. That's fine. I don't care nothing for the dab though.
Whatever, man. That man kissed
was
his
a good
muscle.
one.
I ain't trying to do that.
That was
Whatever.
nice. That's nice.
Anybody else got one? I have one. Trying to see how I want to formulate this. So Lito, with you saying off the air, I like for you to say on air as well how you feel about Kyrie Irving. Just in a second. But the Celtics, y'all, what the hell are they doing? They gonna mess around and troll and all, get whooped by the Pacers in the first round of the playoffs.
Ooh.
And I say that because what's going on with the Boston Celtics was always been the case. What I've said, I said they were going to be a good team, but it's only one basketball. When you're in the playoffs and a team like this, I see them playing a lot of superhero basketball. Kyrie may get hurt, quote unquote, and they will win if Kyrie gets hurt. But if he doesn't, it's only one basketball. It's playoff time, and the best team will win. And right now, the best team between the Pacers and the Celtics it would be the Pacers.
Shout out to Thad Young.
Shout out to
So
Thad, Mitchell High.
that's what I say. Trolling
No,
all the
Mama.
Pacers gonna beat the Celtics in the first round.
So they would match up right now if the playoffs started.
Yeah,
Yep.
because it was
And Pacers have home court.
basically
And Pacers would have
because
home
the
court.
Nets have 38 games and let me see, the Celtics have 43. So there's like a 5-game split between them. So pretty much
Yeah, that's over.
that's gonna be that's gonna be it.
I would say
So-
a troll because they need in the playoff situation. You need that superstar player you can get the ball to in the last second.
But you got
Bingo.
two players already that feel that way.
For Indiana,
No, for Indiana.
For Indiana.
For Indiana.
When it boiled down to
okay,
it,
okay.
Kyrie still puts the ball in the hole at the end of the game.
Who's
Yeah.
guarding
Indiana
Kyrie?
doesn't have that one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Oladipo out there. They want to troll it out. but
He's out.
He's out
Yeah,
there. So
so
I'm like, without him, I
That
can't.
would be a
In
troll.
the
I
playoff
can't-
situation, you need that player, literally.
Who's on Indiana roster completely? Because
They got
whoever.
Tyreek Evans.
That does
Tyreek.
That does nothing but validate what you just said.
Exactly. Why I just
That,
like-
does,
Yeah.
that does nothing but validate exactly what you just said.
I just want
Miles
to double
Turner.
check.
I don't know who's taking the last shot.
Bogdanovich,
Yeah.
Darren Collison, Tyreek Evans. Let me see. Wesley
Sabonis.
Matthews, who's stepped in for Oladipo
Miles
pretty
Turner.
well.
I see role
Sabonis,
players.
Miles Turner.
Dub McDermott.
Yeah, they're role players, but they're ultimately like I think they're a better team, just
Dub
team
McDermott.
wise. Corey Joseph, playoff vet, you know.
I think Boston
playoff
still.
testing, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go troll because I'm gonna say Boston would still be favored to win that series, and I think they could just because of that superstar factor.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would actually favor Philly a little bit more if those two would the matchup at some point in the playoffs.
Mm.
As of right
So
now,
Philly will finally get past Boston.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
I would love to see that.
I just wanted to I did want to throw that troll out
Yeah.
there because I thought about it, but I was like, it's kind of looking like the Celtics really don't know who they are right now, and it's kind of what the playoffs starting probably with 2 weeks.
We saw this coming last year when everybody was coming back off from injury. We saw
Yeah.
this coming. Their whole roster.
I honestly
Too stacked.
anticipated a little bit more teamwork.
no,
Honestly.
I've-
Really,
no.
it's
I've-
Kyrie.
yeah, it's
That whole free
Kyrie.
agency thing.
Yeah.
is-
I've said before that Terry Rozier was better fit to run the Boston Celtics as opposed to Kyrie. Not saying that Terry Rozier is a better player. It's just for how Boston operates.
They need a point guard.
They need an actual point guard that can actually run the show, and when need be, try to take it over. Like Kyrie is he's a
What's
guy with
Westbrook?
upon himself.
Yeah.
You trolling right now.
how am I trolling? Last time I checked, West is definitely gonna take the last shot or be superhero too. Tell me he not. Quit trolling yourself on that one, my guy. Exactly. Stop trolling yourself on that.
George, I can just see it in my head right now.
Oh, you down 3. Westbrook is pulling that job. It's over with.
That's why Kevin Durant left.
Yeah, I'll say this real quick. I think as you say that just made me think of 2 things. The first is what Trevor said. I'll just echo him just a little bit. Again, not to say that Terry Rozier is a better player than Kyrie, but I just think for that system and who's on that team, Terry Rozier will be able to run that team better than Kyrie will. It made me think of that, and just also it goes back to how team chemistry, like, it's so underrated. But you see situations like the Lakers and the Celtics, you just like there's so much problem in this locker room. Like, there's so much, like, it's all about me.
That's more than more than 2 organizations.
When you're not caring about your team, like, that really takes a toll on it. So that was the second thing that just made me think of when you said that. But also that's I think that's a troll. At the end of the day, you need superstars. And again, I'll say this, like, I have to see the Celtics lose until I'd be like, okay, yeah, like, it wasn't it. Yeah. There's something about it that's just like, I just think they're gonna work it out. But I gotta see it.
No, I think after the Pacers series, when they go run to a superstar.
Anybody else got one?
I got one, and I'll just go ahead and bring this to the light because we were having this discussion off the air. So earlier today, one of my guy Lito's trusted Lakers sources.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
You cool?
No, one of my all right, my guy Skylar's trusted Lakers sources kind of just went on a huge spaz on Twitter. Basically, at one point he had tweeted out 5,000 followers and now reveal who's going to the Lakers in free agency. And prior to that, he tweeted out saying that he knows who's the Lakers' number 1 target. That target has, and the Lakers have an interest, and there's a 90% chance that this guy is going to the Lakers. And this, of course, started a whole beef with him and Woj, going back and forth in DMs, and then him bringing the public to the light.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, well, he had a war with Woj?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought you seen me talk to him.
I
several times.
Yeah.
I seen you talking to him, but I didn't know. I know him and Woj.
They had I think it started back in February. Like, they were, it started back in February, like near the trade deadline.
What's his Twitter handle?
I think it's like I got sources or something like that.
Yeah.
He works for the Athletic now. Like, dude,
legit. He's legit.
I had to show it to y'all. I thought y'all been seeing me kind of go back and forth with him. I had to tag y'all in it.
I remember like a while back.
I feel like Kevin, let's continue with
all right. So his last tweet before he made like his own public apology or whatever, he said that the guy he's mentioning is not Kyrie Irving because Kyrie Irving has other ideas, which goes to your thing, him going to New York.
Dude.
But it's going to debunk another theory that Took has. Troll and all, Kawhi Leonard was signed with the Lakers.
Damn, he did sign a 1-year deal, didn't he?
Yep.
No, he was already on the 1 year.
He was on the 1 year. He had a year left.
With the 1 year.
Yeah.
I can't see that happening.
That's but he an ugly dude too, though.
That's true too. I don't know. What? Here's the thing. I completely understand what Ashton mean by that.
Please rationalize that one.
I just want to know. Like,
he's the kind of guy that would do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you abandon your home in San Antonio. You go to Toronto. Y'all looking pretty good in Toronto, but you only
LA is his home.
LA is his home. That's what I'm saying.
We all predicted you go to the Clippers.
I would love for him to go to the Clippers. But the Lakers, it'll be a LeBron kind of move, especially if they end up messing around getting a top 5 pick.
So please tell me somebody tweeted that to that.
No.
But Kawhi to the Lakers, I don't want to see that happen. But I can see
that. Ain't going to solve their problem at all.
Here's the thing. I think it will because, let me see what I want.
It's still troll and odds question.
That was interesting.
We saw what the Lakers were willing to give for Anthony Davis, which was pretty much everything. And I think now you're gonna add a top 5 pick with that, and they get Kawhi Leonard next season. Maybe
from Kawhi's camp, it's pretty set that he's going to LA. It's just a matter of which team.
Which team? Come on, Jerry West. Come on, Jerry. Come on, Jerry.
I'm gonna go to the Clippers. I'm gonna let you know right.
I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna let you know right now. He go to the Clippers. I'm not doing this podcast no more because I ain't got time for this man. It's over with. Next playoffs.
Man.
Yeah, John Wall still ain't gonna be there.
Take next year for playoffs. Thank you.
No, you ain't, because y'all ain't gonna be in playoffs.
We gonna be in playoffs.
The 2021 playoffs.
Oh man.
When he making like $40 million that season, I can see it.
Golly.
Hey,
For
man,
me,
my boy
I would
get
say,
money.
I don't know. I really think for some reason that Kawhi's going to the Clippers. I have to see.
Honestly,
to
do
see
you
it to
do
believe
you
it.
do you want?
Even for me
I
to
wanna
say
see
that,
that.
I have
Nobody
to see
wants
it.
to see
I have to
that.
see it to believe it. I mean, I now as a Laker fan, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind, but I got to see it to believe it.
That's an ugly lineup. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
You'll take it.
If I'm in your position, yeah.
You don't have to be in anybody's position.
No.
to
If
take
I'm
it.
in your position, yes, I'm definitely taking it.
I would take it too.
I really thought he was finna go somewhere else with it.
You thought I was
And I promise y'all gonna quit this show because I thought he was gonna say. I mean, if I'm the Wizards, I wouldn't take it. If he would have said that, I would have been so mad at him.
I mean, we don't need no another 2 guard, bro.
Okay, cool, bet.
It's a troll now.
It's a quiet troll. That's what it is.
It's a troll. All right.
Is it trolling now?
I don't see that happening. I feel like it's a troll.
All right.
Until that junk just come across my phone as a notification.
Yeah.
We got a whole playoff run before we get to it.
Yep.
Now if Toronto flop out, he gone. But just
I think he's gone regardless.
flop out. Let's see how fast he be gone.
But he's gone
He
regardless.
going. I'm gone.
Game 7 and they won. He's still leaving the
He's
next
still
day.
leaving.
Same goes for Kyrie though.
Yep.
But that was a good show. Remember, we are powered by the Binge Podcast Network. Shout out to iHeartMedia and 1019 Kiss FM. You can listen to us on any podcast platform. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at LBR Sports 901 and join the Facebook group at the Let's Be Real group. All right, man. We are out.
Peace.